What's going on, everybody? This is Ganky here. We're gonna do Final Fantasy Tactics, as I've said before. This is my favorite game of all time. A little bit differently though. It's gonna be on the 1.3 mod difficulty, insanedifficulty.com, or you can probably find other places. I don't know. I'm not endorsing any type of website. I've personally made some modifications to it myself. I've changed a few things. I'm gonna try to do I made Ramza an assassin, and I changed his uniform, and I made Agrius I made her Beatrix from Final Fantasy IX, which is my other favorite Final Fantasy. So, and she has been changed a little bit too. And I'm gonna try to just I souped them up a little bit because of the insane difficulty. Made their stats a little bit better, changed some of their abilities. But that's just because it's insane difficulty. And I'm only going to try to use those two. I may use a third character later on. I'm not sure yet. But we're going to start things off with this. Yes. Gookie? I don't know. Doesn't really matter. That's not my real birthday, I promise. I'm not sure if it's gonna take place immediately. I'm not sure if these changes will take place immediately. It should, but I'm not sure. So don't hold me to it yet. And I will probably try to make things interesting by voicing some of these people. Okay, I did change it. Okay, so yeah, there's Beatrix from Final Fantasy IX. I did not make this. I did not make that sprite. This is someone else made this sprite. If you go on a website called Final Fantasy Tactics, this is the only place I've seen these things. Final Fantasy Tactics. They have a bunch of different sprites you can download, and you have to use the sprite editor. It's a bunch of stuff you have to do to mod stuff like that. Oh, okay, Rams has changed too. So, I didn't change her name to Beatrix though. Probably should have done that, but oh well, that'll be alright. But yeah, Final Fantasy Tactics is my favorite game of all time. Final Fantasy IX is my second favorite Final Fantasy, right behind this one, obviously. Go with God. You too, Shyman. Oh, please. I've been stabbed in the face. Oh. What? Oh, whoops. Ugh. What must do to make money? What, Gookie? You have a problem too? Yeah, this game is also, this is not the updated War of the Lions version, which I don't really care, but some of the translations from Japanese is a little bit rough, so, but most of it's pretty good. So this should be fairly easy considering, if you've never played if you've never played this game in period, I suggest you can pick it up. And if you've never played 1.3 and you have played the normal version, try it because it is really, really difficult. Like, there are just some battles where you just struggle, and a lot of the things have changed. For instance, like, it takes MP to use the Holy Knight stuff, so you can't just. They've nerfed a lot of characters like Orlandu. They've nerfed him. These people, Gafgarian and Agrius, they've nerfed them. So it's definitely some changes to it that are good. So it's difficult. Like the main story battles, if you recall playing the game before, the normal game, they didn't scale with your level like the monsters did, and the battles did. The random battles did. Well, in this version, they do. Everything scales with what you have, and they usually give the people that never mind. I thought he was gonna use a gun, but yeah, they all scale, so their items are pretty much the same. And they've added some items too, like the parrying sword that gives you better evasion. I've tweaked everything a little bit, so. Okay, yeah, I made him an assassin, so... What does he have? Okay. I made her She's a Holy Knight, but I tweaked her abilities a little bit, so... Should be fine. Can I petrify them? I would say a lot of them you can't do that. So, like I said, it kind of seems like it may be overpowered, but it really isn't going to be because, like I said, you will see. I have these powerful abilities, and most of the time, the people that you fight, it doesn't apply to them, and most of the time, like the stats effects, and most of the time, if it does, it's not. It doesn't do very much. So. And the AI is a whole lot smarter on the on this version. And they gave knights the ability, like I said, they tweaked a bunch of jobs and stuff on the 1.3. It's not just like making the game harder, but like, see, like they gave archers new abilities. It made the knights have new abilities. So like the classes that were kind of, not that knights and archers were useless before, but the classes that were kind of useless before, that, you know, a lot of people thought were useless. You know, they have changed them to where they can, and say for instance, like the archer right there, he has an ability now that whoever, if someone's casting a spell or charging up, they can use stunning strike to stop them from charging. I mean, as I say, it's a bunch of different things. You'll see it as we play through. But yeah, the calculator was nerfed. A lot of people didn't even know about the calculator the first time they played through it. I didn't. I played through it 2 or 3 times and never even knew the calculator job even existed. I mean, and the mime job too. Most people didn't know that existed either. And this is a whole lot more tactical too. You can't just barrel in there and start attacking people. Usually, this is a little bit different circumstance. This battle is a little bit different. It's pretty much the tutorial battle, but and this stuff right here, like, see how he guarded that, and you couldn't do that normally. So now they've changed it. So. But yeah, it's fun. I mean, it puts a different twist on it. It makes you, you know, when you go back through and play, it's like, okay, this is, you know, good that it's been tweaked and changed. And you can, you know, I can pretty much mod it any way I want to with the editor. Oh, excuse me for yawn. But yeah, it's fun. I think they made the archers to where they don't like have charge 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you know, all the way up to 20. They changed it to, they just gave him charge, I think. And I don't know why he just tried to protect the enemy. Yeah, it's called time strike. Oh. They changed the mage's ability too. There's no fire, ice, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's explosion, Majorlan, or whatever, Majoran, or whatever you however say it, from Thor. You know, that type of stuff. But I mean, some people don't like the changes. I think they're good. Let's see. This almost killed him. Like I said, it doesn't seem much more difficult right now, but like I said, once we get to the normal battles, it changes. There's also a secret boss on here too, and there's added characters as well. Marche from Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. Oh, also some of the abilities are changing. I know I have so much stuff to talk about. Like Wish now does that. It heals them. It heals from the dead. Yeah, and that can get super annoying because it says that they only have like a 76% chance, but the enemy literally always hits it. It doesn't matter. Like they usually always get the Wish right. And like your AI partner, look, he's not gonna do anything. Oh yeah, he is actually. Wow. Usually they don't. Usually they just kind of stand there and do nothing. Like idiots. So I guess we're gonna call this an assassin run. That's that 70% miss rate, yo. And I have knight. Like, I mean, they're knights and they're throwing stones for some reason. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. She should kill both of them. Yeah. There we go. I mean, it's like I said, it's a fun game. If you've never played this game before, I definitely will suggest it. I mean, just hit him. I mean, that's all you have to do. And the story behind this game is really, really good as well. So, I probably won't show every single battle. Like, I'll show all the main story battles, but I won't show some of the grinding because the grinding on here can be very tedious, especially in 1.3, because you almost don't want to do too much grinding on here because it'll make things worse for the main story. So, but I mean, you know, like he just hit him with an MP damaging. Like I said, I don't understand this sometimes. I don't know. Like, these knights should just stand there and they won't have... I mean, finally you hit him, you stupid. But, yeah, it's fun. I'll probably play Final Fantasy 9 eventually, too. Me and my brother. Let's say don't work. Try to go ahead and get this battle over with. Like I said, I'm not gonna say. I mean, you know, it was like, oh, I can just stop everyone with 100% chance. But once you get into battles and you only have one person, one or two people in the battle, because that's what I plan on doing. I plan on only using 2 people. Once you do that, and you have all these strong people that can, some of them are immune to most of the statuses, including stop. Once that happens, I mean, it's more gonna be more difficult than it looks, especially with this 1.3 difficulty. And as of right now, I'm only controlling Ramza, but I'll be controlling him only for the first chapter basically, and then Beatrix will be on my team in chapter 2, later in chapter 2, or Agrius rather. That's her real name. I probably should have played this normally first, but it'll be okay. Most people have played or at least heard or watched it by now. And this battle should be over in just one more turn. If this guy will actually do what he's supposed to do. There you go. Yeah, so pretty easy battle, even on difficulty, hard mode. And so we have here, we're at the church. Just so we don't have to, read this, I'll read all of the text. Basically, you start off, and the Princess Avelia is in here, and she gets stolen by what later to find out in the very next battle, that this is your friend from your childhood who you thought was dead. And so basically, he is going to be a manipulator and try to manipulate the 2 sides of the war, which is the War of the Lions. If you ever played the PSP version, you already know this. But Ganky is Ramza normally. That's, if you hear me say Ramza, that's because this guy's name is Ramza. But Ganky, sorry, my chair is really annoying. I need to get a new chair. Ganky is, we're gonna, this is kind of like a prequel. Is what we're about to go through. Chapter 1 is kind of like a prequel. All the events that lead up to the what just happened, that battle that just happened. So that's what we're about to do. Chapter 1. That's what this is. So, and I can't skip this, so you can kind of read this. This kind of gives you a little bit of the story that's going on. Like I said, Ramza, or Ganky rather, and Delita, or Delita, however you want to say it, or did I say Delita? They're best friends, or were best friends, and you'll see that. And they joined to be, they were soldiers in that Hakuten, I think it's pronounced. And they are serving in that military, kind of like a military type setting. So, and like I said, you have two sides of the war, and that'll all unfold. That'll all become relevant later on in the game. I don't want to spoil for anybody that's not seen it. And I really love the job system in this game. Like it's so complex, but at the same time, it's kind of simple. As far as like it's complex as in like there's a lot of different ways you can play this game, and at the same time, it's simple enough that anybody could learn it. You know what I mean? I can't explain that without showing. But this is Chapter 1. It's called The Meager. I believe in the War of the Lines, it's called something differently. I think all of them have changed, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is the military academy, and we're about to go on our first mission. Even this next mission is actually fairly easy, even on 1.3. Sorry, my sprite. I'm not sure what the sprite is trying to do right there. I guess it's not loading in for some reason, but anyway. This is Delita before. Like I said, this is a prequel. This leads up to what just happened, that battle that just happened. So. Everyone fall in. I know I sound like the other guy, but don't worry about it. Listen here, you sacks of crap. You're gonna get out there, and you're gonna win us some money. But, sir, you can't tell them that. Whisper, whisper, whisper. Oh, well, apparently they're already here to kill you and rape your cattle. Now get out there and don't let them do it. Of course I'm gonna save. Don't worry about that file. That's my other one. That's like I beat this game on. So, and that's like 24 minutes. Right. Anyway, well, I guess this would be a good time to end this episode. So we will start back at the next battle. Like I said, as you can see, one battle's taking 20-some minutes long, and of course some of the story. So we'll end this first episode here. But thanks for watching. I hope you continue to watch if you're out there watching already. And join us next time, and we will be glad to see you.